It's game time, folks. I hope you're awake. I hope you're hydrated. We're into it. G2 and Heroic clashing on one of my favorites of recent memories. Chad, Lauren, we've got Nuke and we've got some aggression into that lobby. Hunter into the hut as well. This could be a quick round.
It could be, and look at Jax right behind them like a thief in the night could steal us away, but they're down the vents unscathed. Nico was keeping track of lobby, but he gets taken down by Kenny, so the information's noted, but no matter what amount of info they have, the bomb's still down. They're in good post plants-ish. And now it's time to play a almost topsy-turvy round, it feels.
Here we are. It's down. Needs one. Gets the element of surprise and actually takes the heads off 3 of them.
What the hell is this guy doing? How is he so good today? It's him and Tessas who've been just highlight players, but there's still Kenny, there's still Amanek. No defuse kit, though.
Tessas called the bluff. Didn't even jiggle. Kenny gets no info for that one. They're going to have Cadian checking, playing the time. Tessas doesn't have to move a muscle here. They've won the round just by standing still and caught on the reload. Cadian eventually. That's the final bullet necessary. Heroic 1-0 up to start us off. T-side Nuke as well. Winning that pistol is going to feel good.
That's going to set the tone as well. That aggression. Remember when we were watching G2 versus OG on Nuke and G2 actually won that map? It was the opening game of the series there yesterday. The way that G2 were dealing with their lackluster CT-sided rotations was actually going for more aggression, right? We had Jax pushing lobby, Kenny was occasionally in tow, and then when they knew they had a great idea that was an all-in towards that lower bomb site, they were rotating multiple players, Nexa and Jax, into the window side to deal with that attack. Now, the problem that G2 had last time round when they took on Heroic was exactly that. Their CT-sided rotations down every round. He'll be nading over Squeaky. He'll be limping out the underarm smoke. He'll be obscuring vision of the vent. There'll be a Molotov coming through the skylights, landing on the hut, making sure that the players aren't able to see and go for cheeky frags on that CT side. That right there is the pivotal part of this game. So the players you need to look out for are Hunter, Nexa, and Jax. How are they dealing with the leaks?
Okay, so that smoke is very indicative. That's a big flag saying, I'm on top of the hut. He's burning. His toes are visible as well. That's a perfect start. Tessa sweeps into the site and collects. Jax trying to contest, no armor, and you can see that damage just from the first click of the MAC-10 puts him on notice.
This looks good. Don't know what the CTs can really make from this, can you? You're obviously looking for opportunities, but it is limited. And bear in mind, Heroic's journey here, what? FaZe, Fnatic, Complexity. 3 pretty large names. 2 zeros all the way here. And obviously the 2-1 to G2. And they've already started to correct that record. Yeah. So this is a team that you gotta pay a little bit of respect to now, even a little bit more considering that result just now. And Nico gonna be working through Kenny, as Nexa and Jax just gonna try and keep those deagles and the armor that Nexa currently holds.
Yes, they'll be happy to save what little they have. And Cedar Creek explodes, not for the last time today. Double kill for Nico on that SMG as well. Going to start getting quite flush for cash. Jax did not invest in the Kevlar vest, so after this third round, we're going to be seeing more cash on him, or in fact, actually just treat himself to one here. 2 bites.
Just recapping last time round as well, there was 8 straight for Heroic to kick things off on their T side of Nuke. So let's see if they can keep up that kind of momentum like they did in the previous. Then they were able to shut G2 out. G2 were only able to muster 1 round on their T side of this map.
Historically as well, for G2, was this ever a bad map or a good map? Does it sit somewhere middling? I actually don't know that much about G2's map pool.
It's more towards the bottom of their map pool, and one of the key, I guess, problems they do have is their rotations, which I put down to communication. But it could just be their CT setup. And Hunter, he's got a freebie right here onto Katie, and I don't think anybody's looking.
What was that?
Oh, not so free. Far from it. Nico, he's definitely feeling a new lease of freedom. Okay, USP flank puts a weapon in Amanek's hands. They're going to have to pivot topside. Cadian, he had the bomb as well. Excuse me, that's on Borup. Nexus tucked in on the site. They will double swing. Gets that first headshot. There's a back turn. Okay, makes a bit of a meal out of it. Has a chance for redemption into the 2-2. Bomb down. Amanek, don't forget, he picked up the AK. Chance for Jax to try and draw crosshairs here.
Nice timing on that. And you're right, it's down to Amanek. He did get that rifle, but he was one of the players who didn't have armor. So the sustainability doesn't really matter when you're banging out headshots. And Borup right there, 2 kills. Same with Katie and 2 kills. So these two doing nicely to start with. And honestly, clean start.
We're going to learn very quickly here how G2 want to deal with Heroic getting that vent control for free almost every single round. Now, it's not that Stown always drops down the vent, but assistantly gives the idea that he can. So the rotation has to come in somewhere. And your two port of calls are, you've got Kenny who likes to float around with the AWP, you've got Jax over towards ramp, and a very curious tactical timeout here early from Heroic. So this is going to set the tone for the game. They might be wanting to show a different face here than what we're normally talking about. Cadian has a Deagle and armor. Hasn't actually bought on into anything else just there. Everyone just taking their time, having a bit of a breather. That last game was intense, so I can understand why they might want to start this one off a little bit slower. And Hunden really chipping in here, giving
it's a proper dialogue, yeah. Nico's involved.
Like
a real chat going on right now. So this is good stuff. And a timeout being used after you haven't lost a slew of rounds, that's unusual for the viewers at home.
You know, there's a lot of options of what that could be, and I'm not going to fill your brain with the ifs and buts, but if anything, it could just be taking stock of what you've learned so far. What worked, what didn't, what utility's been seen, what utility hasn't been seen. Your expectations, have they been met? Is there already alternatives? Nice to keep everyone on the same page. So the outside smokes will be thrown. And there are going to be players behind them. They can descend pretty unnoticed here. And that's an interesting smoke into the mouth of Secret. They've missed it. They've missed the smoke.
Kenny, you have to thrive here. This is exactly your territory, and it is. Dominating it as you'd expect. Miss a smoke, you're going to get punished for it, and Kenny's going to keep landing shots like that as many times as you give him the chance to. Now, that's a huge start. Bear in mind, this is the first gun round for the CTs, and you want to get back into it.
You let them have it. Just gets the first two on the cross, spots the bomb, and then says, well, they can't plant outside, boys. Jack's likely going to swing into warehouse after that gets smoked off. Bomb retrieval complete. I say that. Yeah, okay, there we go. Cadian is gonna have to get caught by Jax. This is a flawless G2 round here. Tessus' flank looks promising. Okay, well stabilized, but a missed shot from Kenny. Maybe Tessus has got another chance. He forces him off the line with the flashbang, can try and take some of that space away. But there is only 39 seconds. Let's keep track of how this one shapes up. He's lost his teammates, just down to Stown. And he looks to go down. Next response will be just a crouch and wait. He's only got 2.5 in the bank account. No real time to make anything of this round.
Maybe just wants to hold on to this, have another crack with it in the following. That was an unforced error there. Heroic, uncharacteristically missing just the standard wall smokes to cross. You could see exactly what that meant. Nexo had already rotated towards the lower side. Kenny did not have to move. Gifted a couple of free kills right there. And yes, Stown will hold on to this AK-47. If they want to go for the force buy in the following, it's not going to be that much of a force. Nico can buy. Burrup can buy. Cadian down the bottom there can buy as well. There's only one individual who can't afford it. And yeah, that smoke actually dipped towards the top of Secret instead of landing where it was meant to make that full wall. And there you go. Look, just a basic error right there. Just a really, really pedestrian mistake that's... Yeah, could have been Tessus who missed that smoke. He was one of the two throwing. It was him and Burrup. So, look, they can't let that frustration get to them.
Unforced errors, as much as it's obviously frustrating, it's one of the things that you can fix, right? Like, it's not a big problem. It's not, oh, the CT's worked us out.
I think they just screwed the smoke wall again with the molly. I heard the sound. Not looking too shabby. Okay.
It's held up for now. And obviously, it's going to be a bit of a point for them. I'm sure they'll be double, triple checking, making sure it's right. But for now, within their control, they have done well enough.
Yeah, and part of me is just glad that it didn't go down again. I know Heroic have got clean minds and have been showing their fortitude, but I think two missed outside smokes, one map up against the top one team. One to be in the strongest would have issues, and it is going to be down to the lower sights, down the lurk around this mini. He wants to kind of catch that vent drop.
He's heard Kenny for sure. He's heard one player drop. Two, three, potentially, or just at least a lot of steps.
Nico draws their attention. Now it's time for the drop. This trade should be fast. Okay, not the cleanest into the 3v2, and Kenny is on one today. He's got a smoke grenade as well. Bomb is ticking. Jax from ramp. Tessus to be tested.
Still Jax, though. Haven't seen him come alive in this map yet, but the last one, certainly a reminder. The timing works well. Jax and Kenny in combo. You can't get past them. Still veterans within their own right, and Jax showing he has that pedigree in big games.
Jeez, I think right here, Heroic might want to burn another timeout just to settle their mental, because that was another fantastic call. You could see exactly how they exploited that rotation, right? We know that they're mainly going to come down the vent. They don't chase us secret. Jax is the main rotator from ramp. That quick flick.
I didn't realize how coordinated the kill onto Tessus was. I was so focused on the flank, but yeah, mollies him out of dark. He had no options available to him, and that's twice Tessus has played the afterplant from dark. G2 will be taking note of that.
He used it last time round as well, very successfully. We spoke about some of the crossfires they were able to set up from that position. But yeah, I'm starting to get scared a little bit of Heroic, and they are going to use that timeout. It's a good call to do so. They just need to get out of their own head, and it's much more difficult to do this when you don't have the coach behind you, you don't have the boys next to you to give you the fist bump. You don't have the crowd in front of you to send to you. You need to do it yourself now, and you're thinking on your own.
Yeah.
Not the easiest.
Count your breaths, clear your mind.
And they will go for a partial investment here. We've got a couple of pistols out across the board. 3 Tech 9s, 2 P250s. Light utility. Again, the wall smokes for the secret cross. Nade towards Squeaky. No smoke in front just yet. There it goes. So the standard play from Heroic here. This is what we've come to expect.
Oh, wow. Great reactions. Cadian's managed to scavenge a rifle, but Amanek has been locking them down. They are trying to find a gap in this top side, but Amanek's just been a turret. He's locked them all down. Vent's not to be today. Kenny desperately checking if there's any rascals, but there is right about now. Wow. That's a good catch. Kenny leaping off. The sound cue's confusing Cadian, and they head back where it all started. 1 round to the good for G2.
I guess the fun thing in my mind is, if you're Heroic, you want Vertigo to be better, so you put a lot of hard work into that, right? You put a lot of focus to improving that. If you're G2, you lost 16-7. You're in a similar position. You want to tune up that nuke approach. So you've got both these teams coming back in with refined approaches, specifically probably on some of these maps, if they thought it was going to go a similar way. So I'd love to see how deep this G2 side goes. It did seem a little bit like Heroic were making errors, but it looks like Kenny wants to force them on them. Down goes down, and that's going to be a rifle lost so early on.
Yeah, Kenny really has had the right breakfast today. Looking great. Ahead of the smoke. I'm not sure Hunter's got prepared for this. They can crawl through that, and they will. Cadian, he's in dire straits. They can flank him. And now the call comes in. Amanek loses his head. Hunter turns! It's a perfect execution. Top site's theirs. Kenny's in trouble. Jeopardy for the CTs. Catching one in Warehouse. But the problem for this 3v3 is getting back into that top site. They've got smokes. That's the last of them. Plenty of flashes. For the CTs, they have got oodles of util. I don't know how you deploy it, though. Jax wants to sneak up this vent.
They should flash for him here before he peers up.
Ooh, a smoke. Borup could play around that.
Yeah, he's not making it subtle where he's coming from, but I guess he has to try and make the play happen. Yeah, Borup gets a freebie on it. Probably happy with that as Tessus, Borup, and Cadian just run that clock all the way down. Nexa does find the player towards Squeak. Looks up, but as you said it, time is of the essence, and they just do not have the step towards the last two.
That's a great round.
Yeah. So just notice how G2 are trying to approach a lot of this. Essentially does his best to hold on to the AK. He will. 3 for him in the round. But you see, Hunter's pushed Squeaky Door, Hunter's pushed Hut, Kenny's pushed Ramp. We've seen them on the pistol round with lobby aggression as well. So across the board here for G2, when they think they know where Heroic are heading, they're trying to take any information, any ground that they can. And even if they're not getting free parts of the map, they're getting kills, they're getting contact, and that can unravel and potentially force Heroic to make a mid-round foot fault. The money not fantastic on either side here, as you can see Heroic having to buy on in with a couple of Galils. The CTs, well, they've spent almost all their pennies. Kenny's going to be broke after... Kenny will be one of the only ones who won't be broke after this, I should say. There we go.
Down they go.
Who's the rotator? Who's going to deal with this? Who's going to drop under? It's Jax. These are the questions that we need answered because we don't know how G2 want to deal with this. And so far, they've put their aim star in the lower site to take on the youngster. And the rest of the Heroic players are just so far in the back line. So if Stown goes down early before they've taken any room...
Oh, it's a solo mission. I mean, it's one of the few maps where, you know, it's rewarding to have someone so isolated. This isn't necessarily the luck. This has a lot more components than that.
Aggression again, here it is.
He loves it. He's even clearing his close corners. Kenny is not going to be caught out today.
On double digits already. He's been having a really good start. Maybe taking a little bit more of that pressure onto his shoulders, but they are being patient on the other side, and the timing could be against him. He stays alive for now, but there's 3 players waiting to pounce if he did push it. Jax waiting down below, sees the molly, hears everything, knows that he could be in danger here. He just holds patiently, waiting to see what the T's bring. Borup pauses for a second, but it is going to be towards lower.
They found him. It's down, very, very thorough on his clear. No smoke for the cross. Kenny can do damage. No, he can't. Borup's blown his head off. Double kill for Borup. 6 frags, looking for his 7th, but Nexa is on and found himself 1. It's down above. Cadian swinging in. It's not favorable, but unpredictable. But Amanek towards spawn for the save. It's good work from Heroic on this T side. So far, so good. Quick take of stock. They got the first 3. And then G2 responded in kind. It seems that they've managed to get themselves back to a clear and functional mindset after a couple of missed smokes.
You can see how the CT side on this map is shifting though, right? Before it would have been the Ts, they poke and prod around for a bit of information, you rotate into position, you set up and you get ready to take them out. But it's almost like they're trading places. You take this part, we'll take this. You go here, we'll go here. And it's just an idea of finding the stragglers.
I want to see this shot onto Kenny. Do you get it? I don't know if we do. Yeah, here it is. Oof! He jumped as well. Look at them, their moves!
It just feels like the new breed, right?
Yeah,
this
if I was
young
an AWPer,
Danish talent just bouncing around the map.
bounces his head off. I can't track that. That's
Even
fast.
to the extent of if you're up against an AWPer, jumping elevates, let's say, line of sight, so you're more likely to leg than anything as well.
That's another one.
It's so interesting to see these guys play such a really fun, unique style that is becoming more commonplace, of course, because you see how effective it is. And the economy's been won over by Heroic for now. It's swung quite heftily in their favor. They obviously don't have a huge bank because it has been close, but it's broken the CTs for now, who sit onto the Deagle.
Breaks the glass, disguise the drop. Kenny did such good work here with the AWP, but unfortunately for him, Tessus, he's got the moves. Does suss out the outside control, and they've got full control of this outside area now. They could start working their way towards hell.
I do like the air of caution with the Ts. I find anti-eco such a scary prospect
oh gosh,
sometimes.
They
it's
used to be even more threatening.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, it's when people run the clock too low, or they're all out of utility, or they get surrounded like that. There is no armor on the CT side though, so it's going to be really tricky to make anything beyond that. Where's the bomb going?
It's going lower.
There's no need to panic.
No panics
We're
here.
all
We'll
okay.
take a couple of deep breaths right now. Tessus will do Jax, and now it's just Nexa who will do his absolute best to hold on to that AK-47. So it looked like it could have gotten a little bit scary, and well, that's for good reason, but Nexa can get the frag. No, he can't. Nico will sit him on down, and that's 6 on the board for Heroic here. So I said they went up to an 8-0 spree the last time they went toe-to-toe on Nuke. Well, it's been a bit more back and forth this time round. Let's see what answers G2 have as the buy will be coming on through. No Molotovs picked up so far, so if Heroic went for a fast top play, it's very difficult to stop them. Amanek has the only one, and there's no kits, so let's keep that in mind if we do get to a post-plant scenario.
Gosh, I mean, imagine letting Hunden leave your organization. It seems like he's worth his weight in gold. And ever since his departure, they've been running around like headless chickens. That's a big nade. It's down in jeopardy.
The
Aggressive AWPing. Kenny always finding a line to get under their skin.
I will always enjoy seeing Kenny finding this. Now, it looks like other players from the CT side are trying to do a bit of it as well. Up towards control room, I like that pressure pushing up towards radio, excuse me. Jax finding Borup is great. And now the Ts are just in kind of no man's land. Yes, they're kind of behind enemy lines, but they're going to need an individual to do something big. That's a good start, though. Taking down Kenny is going to open up a little bit of this upper side of things so they can get a bit of information, start building back some of the bricks that had fallen apart at the start.
It's 2 solo missions right now, or just one. Down was the other. Tessus now, position and whereabouts known. Nico, they're going to be pausing for Nico to take space back. They know there was action in ramp room. Amanek and Jax pushed up aggressive for their frag. Now, Hunter knows and is going to be flashed from heaven. Only a 2v4.
Great flash.
What was that, Nico? That was gorgeous. And they've got a real shot at this. A 2 versus 4 coordinated team effort gets them into the site.
And bye-bye, Jax. These guys are on point, but it's just Tessus now. The young gun, the man who did heroic big plays. He has to rekindle a bit of this. Oh, he went for it. He gave it his all, but in the end, it was Nexa and Amanek who'll make it towards the bomb. No kits, of course. Could have been a bit more deadly than it was.
They can get the AWP right now for Kenny, which they're not. It's in lobby. Guys, the ops.
There's one in heaven, no?
Kenny died in heaven.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. There we go. There we go. Kenny killed the other AWP in lobby. That's where I got a little bit confused right there. But the fact it was costly, that's what we're talking about. So they're able to keep the CT-sided economy low. Nexa and Amanek will have to drop guns across. And there'll be one emission for the CTs who have to buy themselves in, potentially go for an SMG
This
or a
flash.
Hamas.
Whoop.
It was so good. This is the teamwork that you're looking for, right? Tesla's flash for the attention so that Nico could walk out squeaky. Nico
46. It was perfect.
I'm so happy to see these sort of things.
It's the little. It's
I need a
these little
gaming
details,
towel.
right? Yeah, you got sweaty hands.
I don't have a gaming towel. Test is an inspiration.
You've got 4 or 5 under the sink in the bathroom. Grab one of them.
Okay, nice. Hayden going, maybe going to get boosted. Whoa, he wants the fight. Okay, Kenny was flashed then. Only temporarily. Now he's losing teammates. He could re-peak this.
Look at this angle.
Very potent. Jumps for the info.
Ooh.
Hayden, you wouldn't, would you?
Don't mess with Kenny like this. He's just better. He's seen the leg. He's seen enough. I'm pretty sure he just saw a slither. Yep. That's a tag. Kenny stays alive for now, but this is the bread and butter for Kenny, and he's showing class. He's showing prestige. You don't get that in any other way. Tessus, though, everything he can to keep this at least somewhat competitive for Heroic.
Wow, presence of mind to anticipate the second there. He's fortunate it was only the shotgun. Took down the largest threat. He doesn't even manage to clock the flash.
Oh, dear. Everyone's strung out here. Everyone can isolate a duel. Kenny looks like he could be in a bit of trouble from ladder base, and he is.
And the trade comes in. Now, bomb was spotted. Tessus low. And Hunter should be able to get that frag. He doesn't know what we know, though. One bullet would have done it. Or up to cross as well. They forced him off the line, and they actually start to put Hunter into the rotation. He's got a broken window. He hears them coming. Does he contest this part? He does. And now onto Borup. A 1 versus 2. Extends the clock.
Has to win one of these fights here. Has to fight his way out.
Uh-oh. There's the first bit of notice. The gap's closing, and Hunter's there on it. Unable to define any of those 1v1s, maybe try and make something happen for himself. They played it well together. They can try and recover whatever they need, and Hunter can go runabouts and try, I assume, to get the AWP back.
Yep, behind T-Red it should be, and there it is. So they're continuing to get that for Kenny because these rounds are close. Remember what we were saying over on Vertigo? It was round after round where teams were just annihilating each other. Maybe 1 or 2 kills. There were sprees of rounds where it was just 1 kill and like 5-round streaks. The doors were being slammed in each other's faces. But here, this is much more competitive. You can see all the room that Heroic are getting, whether it's through the secret smokes, whether it's down, dropping down vent, whether it's flanking around towards ladder base. It must be very, very difficult for poor Rushley to be observing this one right now because they're fighting almost all over the map. And that's from the start of these rounds. So the plant will allow Heroic to go for another bite. This is one of these lower utility rounds, but we were speaking of how proficient they could be even with low utility.
I mean, Stown can still do his full vent drop set. His
Not
smoke's
deep
short
enough.
because of the molly.
That could help, though. How's Nico gotten here?
Yeah, I'm not quite
know he's
sure.
here.
I guess he's just kind of playing with reckless abandon, but as is Hunter, unchecked on, gets away with it. Down breaks through on towards the site, but this weird scenario is unfolding where they're kind of right next to each other, but Nico's success is at least secured the top site for a second or two.
They're wishing they had a couple of smokes here. Just desperately wishing they could obscure one of these avenues into the site again from G2. Round 12. Gets the info, they're still on the site. That was actually Stown spotted. Nexa from Mini. Borup holding the lobby.
They've made something out of this, though, the T's. Down on a low buy, and that's going to help a great deal. Kenny going down. Jax is still up there, and Nexa still stands. They've got to make this somehow work. A molly to play with. The flash comes in. Jax, he jumps down, he gets one, he can't follow up, and now it's just Nexa.
Oh, Nexa. Borup just needs to rat this. But he's going to find the angle. He's going to find the first. Nexa dink down to 24, tries for the transfer. Nico just has to play the clock. The bomb is down full heart. He is set and ready. Recovers the AK. Nico takes the fight before he can even get to the bomb. Heroic will secure a 7th. And you said they can make it work, Chad. They demonstrate exactly how. Stown just ignored that. Losing Testis to the vent, he continues to the site and manages to take this first and opening frag. Nico's the one that really saves them.
This kill right here, that's a big one onto Kenny, not letting him have any impact. He's been on form so far within the early stages of this game. Finishing off with the 1v1, it's good stuff, and that's a big round. However, the money is not fantastic on either side of things. Even though Heroic were able to win the round, look at how low this is. It's Mac 10s, a couple of AKs, and towards ramp. Kenny's stuck.
He just turns around and nope, not for me. And not for Jax today either. They'll descend the ramp. Next is in a close angle. They got knives out. He can get 2 here. Good damage. Bodies dropped. It's a 2v2. They keep it close. A force buy from G2, or at least the armored pistols, has got them into a 2-on-2. They got util. They don't have to rush this, but I do have an inkling. Amanek's not going to go down without a fight. Good start. All onto Testis with no HP. This is so awkward. My God, where is he? He can't find the fight he wants. 2 to find him. Isolates Amanek. 6 HP. And Hunter is on that B site, so he's going to start the rotate. Will Hunter go loud? He will. And so will Testis.
And with the drop.
Oh! That's sensational! Okay. Bops his head off. It was the only option. Descending to the site would have been awkward. Everything else.
6 HP.
Oh, Testis' awareness in that 1-on-2 as well was wild here.
I just want to watch this guy back. Why is he so good?
See, look, he's looking towards the smoke because he knows that somebody can come, or Hunter can come and rescue him, but oh my giddy aunt.
What
that right.
Fragger. Hunden can't believe it.
Imagine having that firepower at your fingertips.
He's found a real gem.
Oh boy, that round right there, because it was the investment of pistols by the G2 boys. This is not the part of the game that they want to be finding themselves in. Amanek actually has an MP5, so I'm perplexed to see that coming in. Next is now bored on it. Are they force buying again here? Maybe because it was only one individual surviving. They know that Heroic's economy still hasn't swelled. They know that they're able to potentially, in these last 2 rounds, keep them bottomed out. But it's not the case. There's 4 AKs. There's a Mac 10. It's just strange. Amanek's fully bought. I'm not sure what's going on here.
It could be a miscomm. Could be 2 MP5s back to back.
I know he's good with the SMGs, but I guess not how you really want to be doing it. But today, in this round, smokes are good enough. Next, so let's see what he can do with his.
Oh, wow. That was exactly what you needed to start off this round with weapons like that. They double up in mini as well. I like all the choices G2 are making here. Cadian and Testis into the yard. They'll find the first. There's more where that came from. SMG's filling the feeder, and now an AK for Hunter. A flash perfectly into the face of Borup as he's extended, and Hunter gets the info for free. Even the frag potentially. Oh! Aim punch. The armor absence costs him.
Damn, that threw that aim up in the air, didn't it? Stown and Borup, where are these two? Let's have a little look. Because Amanek's still like lingering in between, and he could be a problem, but nicely checked on by Stown. Not going to be able to finish it cleanly. A little bit paranoid about the other players, and right to be so. So has to be careful as Borup scales towards getting towards lobby.
This is another one of those rounds. Nightmare for Rushley, nightmare for both parties involved.
The players could be anywhere at this point.
Yep.
He's clearing top side. Next is actually going to be... Oh my God, they might even plant for him. Fudge. 15 seconds. Here we go. Double peek. Clean. Can't get the transfer. Nexa. That's all Nexa. He wins that round. Starts it off with the frag. Closes it out with a double. With just an MP9 on Nuke CT side. So lots of credit to be directed towards the in-game leader of G2 there. That puts the 6th on the board. Keeping things competitive. Keeping things close. But Heroic take this T-half victory regardless. 8 on the board. Lovely shots. Easy timing. Just roaming around the map, making it so hard to pinpoint their location. By the time they're on the site, it was only 15 seconds. They couldn't play around with fakes.
There's been a couple of traps set from G2 on these lower buys. There was one earlier in the half that they were unable to convert, but here there was another one. You could just see they were so ready for what strat Heroic were going to roll on out there. The counter-stratting can go both ways, and G2 is showing how they can get it done. Kenny with the AWP, shot through the vent. holding them at bay, and now Hunter's been able to get in position. Looks like it's going to be a top swing here from Heroic. Bomb box molly from Nico, I believe.
Throwing all the kitchen sink at them, but Borup, he goes down. Amanek was flashed in the molly. He had no idea. He's down to 28. Tessus has opened up onto Jax. If Kenny doesn't fill this gap, they are in trouble. And Tessus, I am so sick of saying your name, but the dude is nuts. He's caught down not only the ramp player, but caught the AWP in rotation. Stounds down lower. Set for the 9th round to post on their T side. They're one map up in the series, semi-finals. This pressure should be getting to them, but they're thriving under it. Most beautiful diamonds forged under the greatest pressure.
Oh, and Katie couldn't be in a better spot for it. Have we got kind of eco force buy rounds back to back here from either side? This is an extremely curious game as Hunter bounce the corner into Stoun's loving arms. What a great half this is. Super competitive. I want to see what G2 can bring going forward because Heroic have set a high bar.
It's time for G2 to step up. Heading into the attack, it's them that will be dictating the pace. It's the second of our series, of our semi-final. We've got another one around the corner as well. We'll be seeing more from NIP and Vitality. But for now, it's time to see if Heroic can really convert this. They held the lead That was on the attack. It's time for G2 to do the same. Into the defense, the blue wall that is Heroic and GG.bet do seem to think that the edge lies with the Danes. Can't argue with that so far. Lots of util heading to the rooftops. They'll be perhaps looking to deploy that for some action on inner. And a full aim duel setup for the CTs. 5 Kevlar vests. It's just down to the headshots to convert the victory into double digits. The nade to the door. Molly to the hut. And we are off. Straight into the action is Borup, and he's got a lot of very mobile targets. He gets the last bullet into the head of Jax to keep things level.
There's the 2 looks of the USPS. One, instant headshots. The second is just powdering around. This is a messy, messy pistol, but what it comes down to is down against Hunter. Hunter's got a good idea, heard enough, takes the head, and it's G2 getting right back on the board.
3 huge kills from Hunter right there. He was the man throwing the utility for them to get into that top site alongside of Nexa. So for him to come through, sweep that clean, and put 7 on the board for G2, that is much needed. Last time round, they only managed 1 round on their T side against Heroic. So they've already managed that. Let's see if they can go for a couple more here, as G2 did struggle against the Force Fire over there on Vertigo on their T side. And Heroic, well, they're going to upgrade again. So, a scout for Cadian, MP9, UMP, and 2 Deagles, and fast out we go. Down the vent.
Smoke. He's got Kenny right behind him. They're going to get this bomb, and this time cut in half. Look at this, from 1 minute 40. My goodness, they have got ramp presence. The bomb will be planted regardless. Kenny can close the angles. He's got the perfect weapon to start tapping at heads, and he does eventually have Nico just pop his head into that crosshair. Just tapping away. Long range from Borup, that MP9, yeah. With control, it can do the damage. Tags with the scout, and the repeat is profit.
Oh, if he makes that frag, it's isolating a one-on-one duel on that lower bomb site, and Cadian coming through secret. That right there could have got very, very sticky, but G2, they'll manage to hold on just. Cadian getting the better of the weapon exchange here. You can see that Hunter and Jax will only be holding on to these Mac 10s. And I wonder if Cadian's going to use that AK-47 himself, or maybe give it to a Stown or a Tessus. Maybe send them out on a little fact-finding mission, crack open some skulls.
No, Stown and Borup, they both got an extra 1K spare for a bit of a Kevlar vest. Maybe you get that little raid boss set up.
Wouldn't be a bad call right there whatsoever.
No one has pets today.
Oh, sorry, Lauren. I showed you a puppy before. You didn't like the look of it.
Okay, so they're erring on the side of caution. It will just keep hold of the rifle himself. And 3 HEs. Could this be yard aggression? Could this be ramp? Smoke for Stown. He is actually going alone that direction, so into mini.
Okay, they were waiting in case it was another vent dive. See if they wanted to go for the triple nade to slow that down. But they've got multiple uses, and Hunter will be tickled on off of the silo position as the ramp push with the AK comes in. So can Nico set up Cadian for greatness?
That's one.
Whoa, too
Do
much
a little
damage.
more. Yeah, taken pretty darn low. 3 HP is all he got. But Stown succeeding in his own way with that P250, but...
It's on the other side of the door.
Hey, yay, yay. All right,
My
Tessus and
goodness.
Cadian.
Oh, dear.
How much more can they even get out of this? Where are they? I think Cadian's already saving, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it's a good call. Make sure going into the first gun round you can get all the goodies that you need right there. That AK is one of the most potent weapons in the last 2 rounds, as you can see. Again, Mac 10s are the key weaponry left over. Hunter with that AK. Remember last time when Borup pushed into lobby, he had that perfect timing on 2 of them coming out of the squeaky door. We remember seeing them lose force by. So this is good for G2. It's a different, not look, but a different script that's being turned on here this time round on Nuke. And there's no reason they can't battle back and give us a 3rd map. Give us Mirage again. That one went overtime when they faced for the first time. Tessus doing more economical damage. Hunter on the trade. And Cadian, well, he won't be anywhere near this nasty business right now. So 3 rounds on the board for G2 at the second half. Kablamo.
I really want a sound pack of just like your Zeus sounds, the bomb going kablamo. And that's it. If someone could do that, that'd be great. Tied up all even though.
You see No Context Sponge Twitter account? You probably missed that one in your time
I've
away.
muted it.
Oh.
Wow.
I don't need your ego getting boosted anymore.
Oh. I've been slapped back down, haven't I? Very,
It's just
very
Chad's
quickly.
alt account. So,
No, I don't have that much time to dive through my... No.
Yeah, he does. In the game we go. All power for Cadian. The AK has been rifled through towards Nico. And the T's, of course, on a very flush by themselves.
Oh boy, oh boy. See if we get a bit more of a whole round ahead of us here. Outside smokes late. Next under scrutiny. They're going to be behind these smokes with some good pace. Next is going to be the linchpin to the hit. Jax suppressing the info for the CTs just by keeping them tagged up, fragged up. Cadian needs to get out of dodge. Amanek bounding around corners with his MAC-10. Very capable hands, but he's lost a lot of his impact behind him. Trying to make space, and he has done it. He knew his objective. He knew what he had to do, and it's going to enable a plant.
He actively chose to take that gun. So, I mean, he could have upgraded, had the money for it. You can see as to why. Nade goes a little off kilter, doesn't manage to find Amanek, and now they go down. Does he make anything more of this? He's in that smoke. He does get spotted. He takes a bit of damage on towards Nico. Wait, he's found Tessus out of all of them? Because Nico and Stown are low, so he's done great work. He's been a really big buffer. Now it comes down to the rifles. Jackson Hunter.
Yeah, and this time is getting a bit problematic. They need to be on that bomb now. Hunter's done enough. Borup can't contribute, and that's Jax ensuring of that. We do see the 10th and a great reaction shot from Hunter. He was very, very unhappy with his own performance in their victory yesterday. You heard it in the interview. So it seems he's definitely been getting the DM hours in ahead of the semi-final. You can see how this one got taken away from them. Final shot. Very... Sometimes it looks robotic. How do they do it? And both players on both sides capable.
That was a 3v5, right? They were able to turn that around, and you have to put the positive signs there for Amanek hunting down Cadian and then pushing up towards ramp and finding a second kill. So Amanek making his favorite weapon work, and now putting G2 up to 10 rounds on the board here. The Force Spy coming out on the heroic side of things. AWP again for Cadian. He's going aggressive this time. He was more passive in the previous. This time needs to potentially find an opening for his squad as he peers up Secret. He's got Nico over there towards Warehouse and Stown in main. So the three of them are a bit of a trifecta of doom on this yard. Especially Tessus and Secret, I'm sorry.
How dare you ever make an error. But yeah, Nico playing very deep here and giving them just enough room to make it worse for themselves. And with Tessus even finding Amanek.
I think he did the one-way there.
It looked like a
jumped up on the railing, blows the head off of one. Nico's got the other, just with his patience, and Jax having to clear so many corners.
This could be another 3v5 though. Look at Hunter's space.
Yeah, you're right.
Borup's not looking.
Not at all. If he goes down, Cadian's got his pants as well. 40 seconds for them to profit off of this. Two around Mini, and oh my god, Stown, he's been caught. They know Nico was there. Needs a clean one. Nexus found it. You said it could have been a 3v5, and now even more so. The barrel spotted. Hunter needs to collect, and he does. Fantastic work from G2. They're turning this one around again.
They come through main. Tessus could be on here, and Cadian's going to come through HUD as well. So this isn't done just yet.
Oh my god, it's hard work. The hard graft, the AWP, the worst weapon for the job to finish this off. 2, 1 bullet away. It doesn't matter when Kenny blows your head off like that. That's 11 for G2, and their T side certainly getting off to a flying start. That's 5 consecutive rounds. Heroic have been mute.
2 consecutive 3v5 situations. Heroic have started both of those previous rounds with massive advantages. And they fumbled them here with some good work of G2 being able to win the heads-up duels. Hunter getting in the back line with an SFG. Amanek in the previous round before, pushing and chasing with that MAC-10. So those are really bad rounds for Heroic to be losing. And now, just down to the pistols here.
Do with something cheeky, something naughty. Oh, Hunter's been taken very low. They're in the right place for a lot of people out here. And that's a deadly deagle in the hands of Nico. Goes back in. The flashes are really quite good. They're keeping these T's in a really bad spot. Stown out of nowhere. Peers through the smoke. Finds so much room. And suddenly the T's are a little shaken. And I would be in all kinds of ways. That bomb's in a bad spot. You got an AWP recovered and an AK.
Yeah, they're shell-shocked. Eagles outside. Nico's pulled it out, grabbed an AWP. Down, gets the info, get another frag. Can they keep this spotless? Wow, revenge served, and what a stylish way to pick up your first CT round of the semi-final. Nico puts a bow on it, recovers even more weaponry. My God, look how many weapons. That is not going to take that 3v5 loss away, but it's certainly going to make it feel a whole lot less bad. I mean, you've just got 3 AKs for free, an AWP for free, buying a util, just the vest. This was down. Great shot onto Jackson, exposed the other. Flashes in support from Borup. Nico, that was the final shot he needed, and triple kill for him to add to his tally. That's what he wanted, Hunden. Not ready to start celebrating more. He knows there's a lot more hard work around the corner.
It's like Hunden's in Ender's game right now, you know? He's sitting there and he's just controlling. Because I guarantee you that he's telling them exactly what to do in all of these rounds, right? The fact is, this man, he's a big brain, and he's getting an opportunity with these young guns to pull out some amazing Counter-Strike. And if this heroic swan song, well, not a swan song, they're the Dark Horse. I was thinking of
Black Swan, Dark Horse. It's all there.
All of those bits and pieces.
Here we go.
Okay, so G2 back out with the AKs. Mac 10 for Amanek again. There's so much damage to this yard position with HEs.
Got a little bit of a route to work with, though. I don't know how brave he's feeling. Nico is on that other side. And you are feeling brave because you're walking past two very likely positions. Jax, where did he just
Just spraying into Squeaky.
Oh, feels good.
Simple as that.
just spray blindly, forehead.
13-9 in opening kills after Jax's frag. My guys, Amanek here. This is a nice molly for Heaven. He's fluffed it.
Missed.
Don't listen to his tutorials. Kenny, however, has found the head. They're into the site, and that's a tough one for Borup. Only going to get the one. G2 swarm, bomb down. Nico and Tessus shaken.
They need to hold on to these if they can.
Yeah, it's not like the hunt other than Amanek. He can drop off of this silently or at least quietly in that closed door.
I think he may have just been spotted. No, it doesn't look like it. Amanek's going to think better of this. So if he can find another rifle and get a free upgrade, that'd be great for Amanek right there. Oh, chasing up through Heaven. Jax might get a chance against Nico here.
Smoke available. If they get contact, he could just drop it. They're all coming. You can see him. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure if they keep these weapons, you know. Charging. Tessus drawing the fire, dropping his nade. Amanek pushing, gets him. That's going to be rifle recovery potentially. They want the AWP, and he survives. Tessus brings the AWP into the next. It's something. Let's see how Jax gets his 9th kill here. Yep, just a lovely timing. Down just good question. Maybe he was just on his way on the other side of it. Like in front of it.
Valid questions, actually, Jax.
Yeah, why didn't it show with the smoke kill?
Volvo.
That's a curious one. I don't think I've seen that in a clear opportunity like that before. Ooh, Nico's brought out the AUG, so giving him a bit more range towards that yard position. Amanek again, holding on to the Mac 10. He's loving this.
I mean, it's the perfect weapon for this mini fight. Hi, I'm mobile, you're not. I'm alive, and neither are you. Hang on, Jax is on his way down. Very big sound cue. Who's the rotator? Tessus is already having to deal with ramp, so he can't really keep both of those plates spinning at the same time. He's already getting closed in on by Nexa. This is so fierce from G2. What? The reactions. Jax can't plant. Tessus can win this round. If he gets the frag instead, Jax pulls us back into a level stead.
Let's not forget Jax in that previous map and what he's done for this team. He's been quiet this time around in comparison, but he can truly become the best player to have in very, very hard situations. For now, though, it's not too tricky just yet. He needs some support, but he's certainly still got a good chance. Down needs to be careful here.
He can smoke him off. Perfect timing.
There it is. Nicely done. So he's denied from this. Opens the door, gets it ready. Jax can get the plant down. That nade's pretty damn good, though.
So well to evade the flame. Jax, toes not exposed. Medium low. Borup, this is a big frag, and he's gone down. Problems now, forced down, and Cadian, they might have to talk about the save. He's already heading towards Secret, and he's got down in tow. Some great calling here on the T side from G2. Very impressed. What is this now? It's like 6 of the last 7 rounds. This will become 8 of the last 9.
One of the,
Not how it works.
I just remember that Heroic getting the round was that weird Deagle round that was kind of like a... No, I don't want to say a gimme. It was just a nicely played round, but it's not something you're going to be able to do every single time.
No argument there.
Well, considering the 2 rounds before that were both 3v5 situations, and if they were able to convert those, this would be looking like a completely different situation. But we need to sing the praises of G2 because they've been able to handle these scenarios. It's not like they were gifted them. They took territory. They were in the backlines. They were making it difficult. And you can see here the frustration is going to start creeping in with the Heroic players. This is a semi-final. Not too many of their players have been in environments like this at this level before. Sure, not long ago with DreamHack, they were getting pretty good. They were chugging along very nicely, but ESL 1 Cologne, it's a different kettle of fish. Get in with the AWP. Down with an AWP, so double AWPs.
Last time G2 only got 7 rounds on Nuke.
Yeah,
against
only
Heroic.
1 on their T side.
Look at this one.
This should be pretty good going.
Oh my god, they got orbs, but they're so flashed.
3 of them in the
Three of
side.
them. This is a disaster,
Oh!
and 3 kills in 3 bullets. Jax just sprays him in the transfer. The round ends just like that with a swift flick of his mouth. The round is over. And now poor old Nico. Yeah, okay, I'll take the AK, admire the skin. I won't get much more time with it. Hunter ensures his destruction. So 14 then to 10. My god, let's see how quickly they fall. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 10 bullet spray.
Oh,
Was one in the smoke again?
yeah, he was. Burrow was just behind it.
Wow, there's Jax.
You'll take that, won't you? You'll take the freebie anytime you get it.
Oh dear.
Oh, damn.
This one feels like it might be coming to a very quick conclusion right here on Nuke because the money's not great over there on the Heroic side of things and they're not able to mount what feels like a solid defense. They're being exploited here. G2 have done their homework and Heroic now taking their second to last tactical timeout. They're left with not... The money's not great, but it's enough to buy if they want, right? Like Nico can afford here. Teslas can as well. Stown would have to go into like a UMP or something. It looks like they're dropping guns across here. So Kaden will get the AWP. Maybe Heroic need to take a page out of that G2 CT side of book and go more aggressive. Maybe try and take the fight to them, take lobby control off of them, stop them from getting full yard like they did on that pistol round that we were talking about before, where they locked down that buy of G2. So let's see.
Ooh, Hunter this time. SMG out. Different route this time. Not quite the Amanek, but he's found path. He's found route. He's down towards Secret. No hesitation, no problem. And it looks like the rest of the team might be slowly but surely following. Stound is in position for this, though.
Yeah, he goes and gets that smoke down early, which might deter Hunter and his squad. The unknown. How many crossed? The answer is 4 next to lurking. And that lower rotator is still just Stown. Tessus will be the man he calls upon.
He's the only one as well. No one's close to event rotate.
God, that's the sound cue. That's the Molotov. Stown starting to piece this together. Nico has caught the lurk. Needs one here. Nade in the hands of Hunter. He's got a good chance for a multi here, and he has found 2! Can't get the pistol out fast enough. Hunter quicker to the draw. Tessus, prime position to stop this plant.
Oh, it didn't go.
Smoke. He's going to let it go down, and he's even let him get away.
Oh, the timing on this.
Nico catching Kenny, puts it all onto Hunter. Escaping to sink, they can double peek. Oh my god, it's clear. Borup deals with it. And finally, Heroic break their silence. That is their second CT round.
Bloody.
First gun round as well, right? Let's keep that in mind. This half, it's running away from them. That is their first CT-sided gun round.
Thanks to Stown.
Yeah,
Ooh,
100%.
the multi-kill.
The third,
It's almost.
it was a gun switch away, a bullet or 2 away, but I guess this is when we truly see the mental fortitude of Heroic here as well. Can they pull it back after having a pretty beat down CT side?
This is a marathon, though, when you just have to reflect back to how long Vertigo went for. That was basically 2 maps of Counter-Strike right there. Now we're only on the second, and this is getting close as well. So if we go to overtime again, these boys are delivering here today. Round 26, the guns are back out. Mac 10 still in the hands of Amanek. There's so much money. Jax or Hunter can drop, you know. There's definitely room for the AKs.
It's a choice. He's been
I know,
using it.
and it's a curious one indeed, but it seems to have paid off for them. Nico needs to be on high alert. Amanek lining up what probably will be the raft of Molotov. So if Borup stays where he is, he'll have his toes burnt on out. He's dipping on back, so that won't get him when he throws that one through. But this will be a top pop. Stown will be mollied out of position. Has a smoke to deal with it.
I like their setup for a top take.
Ooh, he's moved out of place. Okay. They've changed their mind. They were postured for a top hit right there.
Tessus was excellent here before, but we haven't seen that today yet.
This nade could do great damage. That's the cue he was waiting for. Oh, flubs the movement. Great nade, though. Over 130 damage. Tessus to smoke. He's buying so much time here. Heaven's a threat. Ramp is lost. Back to lobby. Nexa's got a game plan here, and they've got plenty of time to action it.
That drew down the vent, so they have 2 in the lower site right now. 2 towards top, and Katie, well, he's on a bit of an island there over towards CT spawn. It's a 2v5 on top here.
If they go back to their initial game plan here, if I see Amanek staring at that floor tile and they do their top exec now after...
Yeah,
oh,
it up.
This is just Counter-Strike, proper Counter-Strike. They've forced the rotate. They had 3 players set up for this top take initially, but now the CTs have had to respect that ramp take. In they come. It will down to Borup and Nico to hold this one at bay.
25 seconds, it's got to work, and it's got to work right about now. Nice work between the CTs on that top side of things. Hunter's still at operational level, though. Look at this guy go.
Nade.
Oh. Does he get the bomb down in time? No, he doesn't.
10 seconds.
Oh, Kenny left in the 1v3. No plant either. He's running out of time and options, and I think he knows it. Takes the fire on Hut, spins to heaven. It's Kaden to put him down, and what a brilliant plan from G2, but what a better hold from the other side.
We didn't quite catch it, but I think Cadian killed Jax, who was going to go for that ladder flank while everybody's job was to be focused on the site. So their second wave of attack, or their safety net, got taken away from them very quickly here. And if Hunter was on more HP and doesn't get taken down by that nade, this round is very much on for G2 to win out. But you can see the frustration now. We saw it before with Kenny on Vertigo.
He's got nothing to be frustrated about. He's doing so good. Ugh.
1 timeout left for G2 here. I love seeing their coaches using these. They're not letting the game just run away from them. Both teams with only 1 timeout remaining. Getting to the business end as Nexa and Co are buying into the light round. It is a light round here, but with this speaks of either something they just do the wall smokes yard and cross very quickly and take all the jewels on the lower site, or maybe go for a top hit and see if they can just crack this one open with their aim.
Pace scares me, Alex. I'm a little nervous. When you have these guns, Tech 9s, Mac, you've got pace and capability. Tessus was challenged before, he did well, and now he's going to be challenged again.
Yeah, same routine from him. Smoke, nade, more damage. This is exactly what you want from a ramp player. Now they come, he lines up 2. A massacre on the descent. It's over as he finds his 3rd. And the half buy does absolutely nothing but build a heroic bank. Loving that for them. 13. And they are starting to get what's necessary on the CT side. Let's see that again. Just tucks in. Knows he's got the better weapons. Lets Down get another. Oh, wow. Tessus and Stown. A team ace between the 2 of them.
Oh, he's loving it.
He's feeling it.
The way that these players are playing off of each other is fantastic. That's the last timeout burnt for G2 here. They need a solution, and they need it fast. 3 rounds left on the board. Nexa, the in-game leader of G2, listening to Malik and the instructions coming through now. What can they piece together?
Is the call. 3 rounds now, right, for Heroic?
3 rounds.
Okay.
3 2-minute rounds, and Heroic are in the grand finals.
Let that one sink in. Jeez. No one would have been predicting Heroic to run the gauntlet, even to make it this far.
What was the list you gave me, Lauren? Fnatic, FaZe, Complexity?
To this point, FaZe, Fnatic, Complexity, and then the loss to G2.
They are some big boy names right there.
Yeah, that's not
No one say they had an easy run. No one.
No one can do that.
So Khalil's here is what G2 has opted for on the back of Kenny and Nexa, and they needed it for the utility. They limped in with a half buy in the previous round, so maybe not counting their pennies very well to make sure that they were well equipped for this gun round.
Okay, Amanek now. On the rifle this time. Similar route though. Trying to clear through around that smoke, but Stown more proactive in approach, keeping control and ensuring no one's there. Tessus running through the util. Slowly though.
Everything he needs, man. You can see this is a ramp player that's done his homework. So that lineup there, that's if he doesn't want to drop the smoke in a panic. If he doesn't hear all those steps early, he knows he can just rot any late lobby play with that smoke. Now would be a prime time. Oh, god damn. If the gray screen. Oh, Tessus, you're such a gamer. Not enough. Needed a multi-kill.
Nico's already lower.
Nico's tucked in.
Oh my god. He's going to play this so calm, so
Above him.
collected, Nico. Let's see how good you truly are. They are coming down this way. Patience will be his virtue. One is there. Oh, he gets a little bit of a second to back away, but Borup in support comes through. Trade comes in. It's down to just one. Oh, he needed it. It just fell to the wayside, and the tease, G2, might drag us into map 3, 15-13. It was fine margins there, though. You saw so many opportunities. That moment on the door.
This frag from Hunter.
Kills.
This one.
That's huge.
There it is.
God damn, closes the door. He knows he's practically dropped the microphone there. And he collects the third with a smile on his face. Yep.
You know it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a test. Yes, they may stay stationary, but there is a whole adventure going on for these young men today. Cadian's going aggressive warping. I don't know if Kenny caught it. He has. Oh, he's going to molly Cadian into the line of fire. Nico can save him here. Now from top side, Borup's got time to cock it. He slaps him down with 2. This will go to the final round of play unless Nexa and Kenny can take us to a third map at this point in time. There is no rush. There may be for Nexa now.
They know where he is. They heard the vent drop.
How much did they hear? 2 kills already. He's going to literally have to ace if he wants it right here, right now. There are no small tasks at ESL 1 Cologne.
Oh, let's do this whole round with X-Ray off, just on the off chance. The off chance.
Let's see what he sees. Oh, he's got util too. He's got flash, molly, nade. He's got his bits and pieces. But he's got to somehow find these 3 players.
There's no avenue out. The Heaven player's watching the vent. There's a lower player covering his descent. He can't go back up secret.
45 seconds though. It's enough to make you paranoid. He's trying to find any free information he can. Anywhere he looks, he's looking for that CT
So,
somewhere around.
To my knowledge, Tessus was dark. Still is. Nico has the secret exit covered.
This is the jewel right here. This is the only avenue.
Yeah. And he's got a distinct Z-axis advantage here. Nico's toes.
Oh, he's saving.
Saving it. He's got the AWP. Pick it up. Yeah.
Oh, final rounds.
Alrighty. The lost bonus. The lost bonus going into the next is not in a great position at all for G2, so it makes sense for him to hold on to this. And if he can pick up the AWP as the last few seconds here tick on down, make sure he doesn't go down after the time, and they're actually giving him the space to do so. Nexa will get it, and that's a big pickup. But that puts pressure on Kenny. Look at the rest of the money on the G2 side of things for the final round here. Kenny has to pull something off. They've saved you the AWP. You're one of the best in the world with this weapon. He needs to get something done here.
Otherwise, we're going to our second map's first overtime. We had 3 in our first.
Bring it on.
I mean, of course, it makes sense. They're so evenly matched. This is a semi-final. Both teams have dominated at times. And then the battle for
Here we go.
supremacy, a battle for the third. G2 can end it right here, right now, but they haven't got all the tools in their arsenal. It comes down to their star AWP. It used to be the story of Kenny, setting him up for success, and unfortunately, it's right back to the same story here in 2020. The only real weapon to find an impact, find that early kill. Nexa has got the luxury of an AK-47, the only Kalashnikov in play. Early nades, aggressive ones at that. You can see that they do not plan to skew this one up. He's waiting for Amanek to pull the pin. Okay.
They just need to let Kenny work. So the first, well, we've already burnt through the first 55 seconds of this round right here. The idea would be to set your star up with your op to find a pick, but so far he's found nothing.
Look at the util left on the CTs. They have not been needless. They haven't been quick with it. They've been keeping some mollies back, smokes back. They are playing a patient game here. 50 seconds on the board. This is, Kenny's getting nothing.
Yeah, all you had to say on the comms is if Hunden had the chance would be they probably saved an AWP. Play passive. Cadian could not be holding yard any more passively than this. And with only 38 seconds, those outside smokes, sure, a little confusion, but they have to make sound cues. They will have to make this obvious.
Where are they going to go?
I don't know,
There's
Chad.
so many Molotovs here.
30 seconds. They've got to make up their minds. Come on, G2. What is the end goal here?
Oh, it's going to really hurt. This could be disastrous.
Seconds. There we go. It started already. G2 might just be put out of their misery at this point. What is going on?
Good start. 14 seconds. Cadian just has to stop that bomb from going down. That's his only objective. They found Borup. It doesn't matter. He's hit the shots. Kenny's AWP fills the feed, but far too late. And we're off to overtime again. Ladies and gentlemen, this one could not be closer. G2 Heroic continues in just a moment.
No thoughts left in my head. My mind's on mine and it won't forget. But you bring me back from my darkness black as the soul in me and the heart I have for you. It bleeds for you, it beats again. Oh, you bring me to life. 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 Bring me to Oh, you bring me to life. Now you bring me back to life. Bring me to life. No.
I stopped on my side, tried to run on a faulty line. I'm safe only, even though we burn from the light I bleed. But she bring me back, not a heart attack could take away all the love I had for you. It bleeds for you, it beats again. Oh, you bring me to life. Oh, you bring me to life. Oh, you bring me to life. Oh, you bring Picking up scars.
78 rounds of play so far, and we need 6 more to determine whether we see a third. It's Heroic G2, it's the semi-finals of ESL 1 Cologne Online. 30 rounds of play, inseparable. And Heroic are still within biting distance. Picking up a colossal win and securing a spot in the grand finals. The Dark Horse riding valiantly into the round with some nade damage. Hunter keeping things level.
But the pace in which they started is unparalleled. Kenny and Hunter took a boatload of damage, but they still stand, and they got the first pick for it. Nexa right there. These guys shouldn't be able to walk around like this. How the hell is this happening? They're everywhere. They're all over the map. Half of them went towards Secret, half of them out. This is just about everywhere, but now, finally the CTs get a grip of this round. They tamper with the pace a little, but they've also given away position.
This is a weird-ass duel.
What the hell just happened?
Okay, so Jax is kept safe. Excuse me, Tessus is the one to keep Cadian safe. Now, Mr. Kenny S. Monsieur Kenny. Really running out of options and health as well. A single bullet from any of the weapons the 3 remaining members of Heroic have equipped will be enough to end him. 50 seconds, it does just feel like it's a matter of time. He will be isolating this duel. He has to get a clean one onto Cadian, and yeah, not to be. Left eye, 16.
Remember those 3v5s in the earlier stages of this game that G2 were able to snake on back? Well, they couldn't do so this time round. Heroic, they actually win a 3-on-5 situation. So Hunter and Nexa, their openings, they're all in vain as Tessa's rotating up the ladder, able to deal with 3, make sure that the leaks that had happened across were dealt with quite easily. And Jax there, it felt a bit strange. I thought he had Cadian in that warehouse position, but there must have been multiple smokes down. And that's a big round for them to be able to get on the board here to kick off overtime.
To be able to find new talents in Counter-Strike, I mean, that's unexplored territory, but there's some clear evidence that these talents can really keep it up with the familiar names. Nico is one of them. He has been eliminated for now.
Same opening as the previous round right here.
Oh, the flash from Borup actually might slow them down. No, they're on the way. Oh, Borup. Oh, dear. That smoke's going to bloom after the first frag, but he doesn't manage to get it. Stound's in a real spot of jeopardy here. Nexa will anticipate, and that's a very nice little counter strafe. Wide past him, accelerating past his crosshair. And now poor old Tessus. Yes, 28. That 30 bomb might have to wait until next round. So the equalize, topside take, good timing. Borup caught out.
So Lauren was talking about towards the tail end of that game how good Heroic were at holding on to their nades, right? Not wasting smokes, not wasting molotovs until they really needed it because G2 were slowing down the clock and just trying to nut out that final round. Well, the pressure didn't get to Heroic for those nades to be thrown across. Now G2 have changed the pace. They're taking the fight a lot more directly. They're finding opening kills. They are being assertive. And I think that G2, when they're being assertive, that's when they are the scariest beast because these individuals can very, very easily crack you open with kills. And that's 2 rounds in a row here that they found the opening. Nico won't push forward this time round.
Jeez, there's 2 CT smokes in yard.
Yeah, look at the difference in utility usage already. They've had to expend a great deal in comparison to before. So clearly having to keep in mind, okay, these guys are being a little bit more than before. Actually, damage done toward Amanek on the cross, but he has gone to where he needs to be. But are they playing back in through ramp?
Nexa's going to be cognizant that this is a potential gap. Cadian, this is a shot you have to hit, and now he does. Loses Tessus in the process, thinking that that smoke could be better used elsewhere.
There's a minute left, and G2 are out of smokes, right? So now they have to take the territory that they were working with earlier. Amanek hasn't actually pushed into that lower site, but it's still forced out 2 rotations. We can see right here, we got Stound on the lower site. Nico now going back up through the ramp position to cover that off. But they have to be cognizant of everything. Look at this.
Really? A little curious. Maybe a misread on his behalf as to the intentions from G2, but Kenny was there and he's going to welcome that with open arms. Now the 4v3. Where is the end goal here?
Good way to find space from Stound, and now he's going to push and take secret control so that they can stack on the right side. If he catches Amanek's bottom here, if he goes, yeah, he's going to be outside. I wonder, oh, kept safe by Hunter. Borup, he's been having a bit of a nightmare on this top side, even worse now. He's lost all of his comrades. It's just him, and, well, now just Nico. Good start, good finish from Amanek. So 2-1. G2 will take the lead coming into our second half of our first overtime on our second map of our first semi-final here on our 11th day of ESL 1 Cologne.
And last time these 2 teams played on Mirage, which was not that long ago, it was overtime.
OT.
So if that's anything to go by, maybe Mirage would be nice and close as well.
It was only 1 round of OT though, so
that's true.
You know,
well, this one here, let's see how many we can get through as we swap sides and we kick it off again. G2 need 2 rounds here. 19 is the magic number that we're looking for. Oh, and that's a great start from Kenny.
That's the rat that always sneaks into Squeaky, and Cadian's taken the buck and run with it.
X is there.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he just moonwalks out. That's 2 tough deaths for Cadian. Back to back in this overtime. Tessus to dig him out of this hole. He's got his spade. He's got 29 frags, and he's looking for his 30. Amanek takes that opportunity from him. Borup advancing. Needs at least 1 here, and they're double peeking. Great shots. G2's individuals are stepping up here. I'm starting to foresee trouble and strife. Nico doesn't check his corner. He does, but a dink is going to be souring the mood. 18 for G2.
1 more round. It's all they need.
Let's see this one. No smoke. Boop.
Okay.
Very small window. You see that flash pop as well? There's probably about 2 seconds he's allowed to look there without getting flashed or smoked.
I think the frustration, you can see it on the Heroic side of things. It's
timeout?
They're not...
One remaining for Heroic, Chad. One timeout remains. That's the only one left. G2 have used all of theirs. They may not even get a chance to use it. We're into it. G2, they could pick up Mirage, take us to a third, keep their dreams of a grand final on the Cologne. I was about to say stage before I start crying my way.
Can he get away?
Hold on, that's not bad. Wait, Hunter just saved the day. He slowed down this hit so much by finding those two. Otherwise, that was going to be just unparalleled success. Now Amanek arrives. A 2v2 and now just down to Cadian. Where is he?
This all hangs in the balance, and he's had 2 rough goes of it. 19 is the magic number, and 1 kill separates G2 from map 3, Mirage. He's not in a rush. So everybody take a moment and realize that this, for Cadian, is a rare opportunity where he controls his destiny. If he wants that grand final stage, he is 2 kills away from giving himself another chance of doing so cleanly. Bombs in hut, he knows that. Nexa is actually playing passive for the retake with all his util. G2 are taking no risks here, and I fear Cadian has the potential to overthink this.
I'm with you there. Smoke goes in. Bomb picked up, but we've got to look towards that vent.
Jax is going up heaven now.
Jax has done around the world prior to bomb plant. That's one, Alex. It's game back on.
He's not thinking about the heaven trade. G2 get it. My God, I'm almost glad we're getting to see this one go down again. These 2 teams are in 7.